Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I never imagined that one day the woman I vowed to spend my life with would make me question everything I believed about love, loyalty, and trust. My name is Daniel, I'm 38, and for 12 years I thought my marriage was solid. We had our ups and downs, sure, but I never imagined the foundation of our relationship could crumble so quickly, all because of lies and betrayal hidden behind the smile of the woman I called my wife. Her name is Karen, and from the very beginning I trusted her completely. We met in college. She was vibrant, charismatic, someone who could light up a room with a single glance. I was drawn to her energy, and I believed that together, we could weather anything life threw at us. 12 years later, 3 children and countless memories later, I realized how naive I had been. It all started on what I thought would be an ordinary Saturday morning. I woke up early, brewed my coffee, and started checking the emails I had missed the night before. Karen was unusually quiet, moving around the house with that strange air of someone who is hiding something. At first I brushed it off. I had no idea how wrong I was to ignore that instinct. By noon, the tension had grown palpable. Karen was texting constantly, her phone glued to her hand. Every now and then, she'd glance at me with that smile, the one that used to make my heart flutter, but this time it felt forced, almost rehearsed. Something in me stirred, a sense of unease I couldn't shake. I asked her casually, "Everything okay?" And she just looked at me, eyes wide, and said, "Of course. Don't worry about me." That should have been my first real warning, but I didn't push. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to believe in the life we had built. Later that afternoon, I came across something I wish I hadn't. A message thread on her phone, one I had never seen before. Her texts were not meant for me, they were for him. I won't even bother naming him because he doesn't deserve the recognition. What I saw made my stomach drop. The affection, the secret meetings, the laughter meant for someone else. Every word felt like a knife twisting deeper into a wound I didn't even know existed. My mind raced, my heart pounded, but strangely my anger didn't immediately consume me. There was a calmness beneath the rage, a clarity I didn't expect. I confronted her that evening. She laughed when I asked about the text. Not the nervous, flustered kind of laugh you might expect. It was a deliberate, almost mocking laugh. She said, "Daniel, you're imagining things. You'll never leave me. I know you too well." That sentence hit me like a thunderclap. It wasn't just arrogance, it was a challenge, a dare. She assumed, without a single doubt, that I was too weak, too attached to ever walk away. But she was wrong. I spent that night planning. Not in a frantic, vengeful way, but in a precise, meticulous way. If she truly believed that I would never leave, then I was going to show her exactly how unforgettable that day could be. I didn't want to humiliate her in public, at least not in the petty ways one might think. This had to be about clarity, closure, and consequence. Every detail had to speak louder than any argument we had ever had. Morning came and I moved with a quiet resolve. I started small, clearing out things that had belonged to me for years, little reminders of my presence that would silently vanish throughout the day. Then I arranged for our children to be at school and with a trusted friend for the day. This was about Karen and me, the remnants of what was supposed to be a marriage, confronting the truth without distractions. When she woke, she didn't notice anything immediately. I kept my demeanor calm, almost casual. Breakfast was quiet, and she tried to fill the silence with small talk, laughing about something inconsequential, testing the waters, trying to find the tone that would reassure her that everything was normal. But she didn't know that the first pieces of her world were already starting to shift. Then came the moment. I handed her an envelope. Inside was a note, brief, yet heavy with finality. I didn't yell, I didn't scream, and I didn't cry. I simply looked at her and said, "I think it's time you knew the truth about us, and about me." Her eyes narrowed, a mixture of confusion and panic. She didn't understand what was coming, and that, more than anything, made the day unforgettable. She tried to protest. She tried to plead, to laugh it off, to twist the story back into her favor. But every word she spoke only confirmed what I already knew. The betrayal wasn't a mistake, it was a pattern. Years of little dismissals, subtle manipulations, and hidden lies had led to this moment. I wasn't leaving in anger, I wasn't leaving in haste, I was leaving with clarity, and with a lesson that she would carry forward. By the time she realized the extent of what was happening, the house was quiet, still, but the weight of absence hung heavily in the air. The clothes she had assumed were hers to control were gone, the small tokens of our shared life meticulously boxed and labeled. And yet I didn't gloat. This was never about spectacle. It was about respect, both hers and mine. If she had truly believed that I would never walk away, the day I left had to imprint in her memory forever. Her reaction was what I had expected. Shock, disbelief, denial. She repeated the same phrase over and over, "You'll never leave me." And I said calmly, "I did. Today you'll remember what it means to lose something you took for granted." I left the house that day not with anger, not with revenge, but with the quiet pride of someone who had regained his dignity. Every step I took, every door I closed behind me, was a reminder that betrayal has consequences, and trust, once broken, cannot be assumed. I didn't need to scream, I didn't need to make a scene. The memory of that day, the weight of what was gone, would be unforgettable for her, and that was enough.